Hey, welcome back, Scroll and Sword. Today we're going to look at Psalm 25:7. It's a deceptively short verse that carries serious theological weight. David prays this: "Remember not the sins of my youth or my transgressions. According to your steadfast love, remember me." You see, what he's doing here is not asking for emotional relief. He's wrestling with how guilt works over time and how God's memory functions within covenant. David, he distinguishes between two kinds of sin, the sins of my youth and my transgressions. And the distinction between those two matter. Youthful sin does not automatically dissolve with age. Scripture assumes sin actually accumulates over time, and time alone does not heal guilt. The real tension of the verse is not memory versus forgetfulness, but what God chooses to actually remember. In the Old Testament, God's remembrance is covenantal. And when God remembers, he acts, either in judgment or in mercy. And David is not asking God to become, amnesic or whatever. He's asking God to remember him according to the mercy rather than merit. And here's the pressure point, theologically speaking. God does, in fact, remember sin. And Scripture is clear that human beings are accountable for deeds done in the body. Judgment assumes remembrance. So when David asks God not to remember his youthful sins, he is appealing to covenant loyalty, not just divine forgetfulness. This prayer from David anticipates a tension that is later resolved more fully in the new covenant. Like Jeremiah, even in the Old Testament, will later declare that God will forgive sin and remember it no more. That language goes beyond Old Testament categories. Ezekiel adds another layer by introducing a trajectory-based judgment. If the wicked turn and live righteously, former transgressions are no longer counted against him. And the weight of the past is not erased by time, but it can be overridden by covenant mercy and present obedience. It's like a criminal record that technically still exists, but a judge chooses not to read it into the sentence because of a legal provision. The record hasn't vanished, but what's changed is how it's being treated in court. David is asking God to sentence him based on mercy, not history. And Psalm 25:7 teaches that guilt is not neutralized by maturity, but mercy can actually reframe memory. Sin has a very long shelf life, but grace does not deny that, it overrules it. And this verse confronts a common misconception today that growth automatically cancels guilt. Well, I'm better than I used to be. That's not the point. Scripture says otherwise. The past does not disappear on its own, but neither does it have ultimate authority. And for those in covenant with God, the decisive question is not what you did then, but under what mercy you now stand and which direction your life is currently moving. Love y'all. See you in the discussion room.